Hey, listeners. My name is Elisha, the founder of the Witnesses podcast. It's so beautiful to have you listening to our podcast. And I want you to know something that means a whole lot to me. Thank you for tuning in. And one thing I love to tell all of our listeners is it's not just about you listening, but listening to understand. Understanding is the most important thing. So important. So, you have to listen, learn, and practice. Thank you so very much and happy listening.
Hi, Dora. It's nice to meet you. How are you
Hi,
doing today?
I'm good. Howdy doody. It's a pleasure to meet you. How do you do?
Yeah, that's good. Oftentimes I love to talk about the essence of the show, which is to invite amazing guests like Dora to come talk to us about
Oh,
their stories, because we believe that in our audience there might be someone somewhere who is stuck up in the same situation our guests came out of triumphantly. So that's the essence of this show. So let us have it. Let us get it started, Dora. Can you talk to us about your story or the difficulties that you faced and how you overcame it? You know, that's going to be so helpful. Let me get started.
all right. Well, life has been a big, long journey with a lot of obstacles. And I grew up in a really kind of tough Asian household. My parents were both scientists, and my dad was very Asian and very strict. And I guess I kind of like rebelled and was kind of a lost soul for, all the way through probably the early part of my life, and just had to, how do I say again, had to push through a lot to get some healing in myself and, find my own way. And then along the way, I kind of chose work that involved a lot of other difficult situations. So, but here I am. And I mean, if you have a viewer that has a specific question, or if you have
Yeah, sure, sure. I do.
something that you want me to target, just to,
Yeah.
because I could go all over the place.
That's so good. Okay. I've got some questions here. All right. So there is this
Mhm.
particular one that I am so eager to find out what it means. And it is, what is upshifting? Upshifting. You got it?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
this is great. Well, you know what? I have a little fun thing. Could I do it for you? It takes about a minute,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah,
kind of shows you the power of like perspective. Okay,
yeah.
great. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, here it goes. Hold on, let me turn it down just okay, here it goes. Perspectives are truly powerful. In 1990, I was living in Paris, the most glam city in the world. So glam. And I couldn't afford new sneakers. This is in 1990. So here I'm walking down the Champs Elysees wearing my sneakers with holes. Ooh la la. It's like I'm ashamed. And then here I am in 2019 walking down the Champs wearing my R13 sneakers hot off the runway with holes, fashionable holes. French guy. So holes became cool. The perspective changed. I went from being ashamed to strutting my stuff. So all of life, we see it through our perspective. So if you can change your perspective, you can change your life. And upshifting is uplifting your perspective on yourself and on things that happen, because we are very quick as human beings to react to situations. Have you noticed how it's easy to react in a negative? with a negative perspective on yourself or others. You have to consciously change that perspective. And a lot of things happen when we were children and we made a bad choice, but we weren't aware of it. And so sometimes we have to go back and get healing from those bad choices.
Amazing. Ooh la la.
Oh, la la. I'm glad you.
Okay. Yeah, seriously, I do. Okay, so the second question. All right, this is also very important. It says, how do you maintain your positive attitude in any kind of situation? How do you maintain a positive attitude?
I believe having a positive self image is very important. Also, having your heavenly source. I don't know, whichever one you choose, however you choose. I have a heavenly source. I trust in God and I trust that He has a plan, you know. Okay, good. I trust that He has a plan. And sometimes if I don't know what's going on, I have to let go of it.
Hmm.
And I have to let God kind of take care of it for me. So I have to trust that He will. That I also be accountable on my own for my own growth and my own mistakes and learn from those. And I, certain people tend to be more positive than others, but I think that's just the way we're made too. And there's a part of me that's very quirky and zany that I found as I was growing. And that kind of helps too. And a sense of humor. You have to laugh. You have to laugh at yourself. You have to laugh at, things could always, well, I hate to say things could always be worse, but you have to be grateful for what you have. You can't compare yourself to others.
True. That's correct. That's correct. I won't lie to you. Our conversation is very insightful because you're really impacting me, and I know definitely anyone who's going to
Oh,
be listening with amazing knowledge. I dare you. You can be like
thank you.
others and get it. Yeah. So the third question, we still got about two more after this one. Okay. All right. So let's get a bit personal. Can we?
Can we get, oh, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So he says, what is one of your favorite fashion moment? You got it?
Fashion moment.
Yeah.
Fashion moment.
Mm.
I was in New York Fashion Week. I was wearing this old raincoat over my great outfit. I was outside with this awful hat on to keep from getting, because it was like kind of bad weather. And this photographer kept snapping away at me. And I was like, okay, I'm wearing this awful coat, or this awful hat. And she just found me she was just like, because, they gather and they snap people. And I was just like, that is really funny. But anyway, that was a fun fashion moment. I keep thinking about it going, "Ugh, if only I had my other coat on or a better hat." But anyway,
Okay. The fourth question. All right. And I want you to delve more deeper into this. It says, when did you discover your higher power? You got it?
yes, I remember I was living in a really cool house. There were like 4 apartments, and one of my neighbors, I remember they gave me a rug, and I just remember them. They were always just, how do I say it? So kind, and that really sparked my interest. I grew up with Vacation Bible School. We lived across the street from a big Baptist church. I grew up you know, I went to church sometimes and everything. I went to a Catholic high school, but it wasn't until I remember I saw that kind of kindness. And then one of my friends, she's now a really good friend, but I met her many years ago and I saw her joy, and I wanted, it was very attractive. I wanted to have that joy. So that's when I started, my search. And, it's been a long journey, but I discovered that if you have a relationship with your heavenly source, it's, how do I say it again? I don't know how people get by without it, is what I'm saying. I think it's necessary. And I know people that have no idea of God or
Yeah.
anything. And I kind of have found after I've gotten to know them better, it's not that anything is wrong with them, but they don't have, oh, how do I say it again? It just seems, oh, how do I say it again? There's just something that they're missing
Yeah.
inside. And I
Yeah.
know they feel that too.
Yeah.
I think we were made to have a relationship with our heavenly
Correct.
source because,
Correct.
we're just, we don't know very much. I think a lot of people think they know where their life is going and they're in control of it. But that's a lot of pressure to have, to have to figure that out and control it. And then you end up controlling other people. No. So, yeah. Yeah. But that's when it started. And I'm not saying it's been easy. If you begin a relationship with your higher power, it's not that it's going to be an easy path at all. It's not. It's not a bed of roses, but life isn't meant to be. It isn't meant to be bed of roses. At times it can be, you
Yeah.
get that taste of heaven. Get
Yeah.
something is going so great, or you're so happy about something. Have you had those moments where you're just in utter joy about things or about yourself or about a relationship? I mean, you get those tastes, but generally life is hard. And even people that I know that appear to have it all, like I've known people related to royalty that just appeared to like have it all, but knowing them, there was pain in their life.
Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting to know. You know, an act of kindness is worth
Yeah.
more than gold at times, I tell you. Because look at it, look at it. One showed kindness to another and it impacted that person's life. That's why it's so important that,
Yes.
yeah, that's why it's so important that
Yeah.
we don't we try to be kind to other people because your testimony is so
Yes.
inspiring, I tell you. Okay, so the last question, the very last one.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so
Kindness is not, yes.
yeah, yeah. You wanted to say something?
Well, someone was very mean to me yesterday and it kind of broke my heart,
Really?
but that's just where they're coming from. Yeah. During the holidays, it's hard because our emotions are like heightened because we want to have a
Uh,
great Christmas. And yeah, it broke my heart. But you know what?
yeah.
I have to react in kindness.
Hmm,
Do you know what I'm saying? And
got it.
because maybe that will help them. Does that make sense?
It makes a
But
whole
I,
lot of sense.
it's taken, yeah, yeah. And kindness is not to be underestimated. It is probably one of the most attractive things about people when they're kind. You know, I think it makes a
Yeah,
big difference.
yeah. You know, because you have a relationship with God, the higher power. That's why you are able to react back with kindness, even though the person was so mean to you and it broke your heart. Not many people would want to react back with kindness. They say, you just did something bad. Are you alright? Are you, you know, not many people want to react that way. So because of your connection with God, you're able to retaliate with love. That's so inspiring and that's so helpful. I tell you. Yeah. Yeah. So true. That's true. Yeah. I tell you. Yeah. That's mm, that's so correct. That's so correct. So let us talk about your show for a bit. What is your show, your talk show about? Okay. That's great actually. That's really great, I tell you. Okay. Wow. Wow. That's beautiful. Okay, so to round up with, what would you like to say to anyone who doesn't believe in God? Or he or she says, I don't think there is any higher power. Due to your experience, how you felt, what would you like to say to such person or people? Wonderful. That's beautiful. Okay, so um yeah, that's gonna be the end of the show. Let's say someone wants to reach out to you. How can they do that? Okay. All right. Beautiful. So thank you for your time. Thank you for honoring the invite. It means a whole lot. I tell you. Thank you so very much, Dora. Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to this incredible episode. Your support means the world to us, and we truly value you. We look forward to having you join us for the next episode. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider rating and reviewing us on Apple Podcasts. Your feedback is greatly appreciated.